In this section, we'll talk about Socrates, ancient Greek philosopher. He didn't leave any writings. One of his followers, Plato, left writings in his name. We'll talk about Plato in a later section. What we do know about Socrates is that he loved open dialogue. Even apart from anything he was teaching, I think this is a great lesson that we all can take. Socrates was excited about conversation, and he was excited about just talking about things, and nothing was off limits. And he's willing to talk with anyone about any subject. There's something very, very valuable and powerful about that. And I think for a lot of us, we create these taboo subjects that we won't talk about, we won't even think about, and that closes off a lot of possibilities for our life. Socrates teaches us, stay in the question, keep probing, keep asking, keep going deeper, keep challenging yourself, challenge your assumptions, challenge what you are sure is true. Keep looking, keep going deeper. Very valuable. Another great thing about Socrates is he was an honorable guy. He lived a fairly long life. He probably rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And later in his life, the Athenians lost a very long war, and people were not in a great mood. And a few years after that, they put him up on trial, and they essentially said, we're sick of you. And they came up with various pretenses of why they wanted to condemn him. And actually, they voted to execute him. As the story goes, he could have escaped relatively easily, or probably gotten a lesser sentence if he played his cards right. But in the end, he said, no, I am a citizen of this city-state. I've lived here my whole life. These are the rules. This is the game that we're all playing, and I'm not going to run away. I'll pay the penalty that you say I'm supposed to pay. And after all, it's okay. Although my body might come to an end, I'm okay with that. I'm not my body. My spirit will live on in some other form. So apparently he was able to pass away in a peaceful state. This whole idea of the art of dying is kind of a powerful thing, and he died in a deliberate way, in a thoughtful way. It wasn't just kind of in panic or just fading away. He did it with clarity, and that's something we all can aspire to, although let's hope we don't go out the same way he did. The caution with Socrates is that he didn't exactly trust democracy in a way. It's complicated. In some ways he was respectful. In other ways he was a pretty adamant critic of democracy, because in his philosophy he really honored the expert, the person who had the superior knowledge. And he felt like you should always have the superior person make the critical decision. We all can see that makes some sense if you're talking about a doctor or the captain of a boat or something like that. At the same time, we all know that when you're on a team, you can oftentimes get much better ideas than if just one person's trying to figure out the answer. I have no doubt Socrates was a tremendous human being. At the same time, everybody's got strengths and weaknesses, or at least from one perspective or another, something that we can critique. And as I looked into the friends he kept and the politics he seemed to advocate, I just get worried that he was against democracy. There's something to be said for the equality of all citizens. Again, you can see it both ways, but I don't want to throw out the idea of team, and team being greater than the sum of just a bunch of, or a few, experts making all the decisions.